Welcome to the Tech Journeys podcast. I'm your host, Vincent, and on this podcast, I interview people in tech. As always, this show is sponsored by the Consulting Launch Method, where I help experienced tech professionals build their own consulting business alongside their day job, where spending years figuring out the business side. We've helped customers go from initial idea to first client in 90 days and six figures within a year. To learn more, connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. On today's show, I'm really pleased to have Prakash Singh on. Prakash is a product manager at the K2 Group, where he's actively engaging with customers to assess their challenges and introduce new capabilities and features for the K2 team portfolio. So welcome, Prakash, to on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Vincent. I'm happy to be here and happy to create if any value I can create.
Absolutely. Well, Prakash, the first question I always ask, right? Looking back at your career,
Mhm.
what is the decision or maybe a project that you are most proud of and why? Is there anything in particular that made it stand out for you?
I mean, there are many of them, it's like which has a bigger impact on my life and my decisions. So, but I'll start from the beginning where I've started my first job, and I was a newbie there. I didn't know anything. I was kind of getting to know everything. So it's like know all of the things, but specialize in one thing. Um, After trying these things, I quickly jumped onto cloud infrastructure, where I think I've helped my team to automate the CI/CD pipelines and automate the deployment process, which has drastically reduced the overall deployment time. So that was one of my, I think, one of the best um, decision to move into cloud, which has made me capable of understanding cloud technologies. And at that time, it was, I guess, not new, but it was getting started, and now it is everywhere. So I am very pleased or very proud of that. That I learned at that much, and that has added a lot of values in my career.
And see, you're saying you were at the beginning of the wave, you started investing in yourself, and not necessarily money, but just learning about cloud and stepping into a cloud role.
Yes, that's true. So basically, it was not specifically a cloud role. I was more of a product engineer at that time, and for some project requirements, I was required there to learn started basics of cloud, let's say Azure infrastructure or AWS associate engineer or something. So I did those certifications and started working on data manipulations and data cleaning and things like that. So I started scripting as well in those cloud infrastructure, which has given me a lot of strong foundation of handling those cloud infrastructure and understand it better. And now it is helping me a lot when I talk to the teams in my current role and they tell me something what's going on. So I'm not someone who is like sitting in the room and just listening what's happening, but
Yeah.
I can understand and maybe sometimes add some inputs and values as well that what we can do in
Yeah.
future.
And am I understanding this is maybe it's you creates you a better understanding for what's going on, or are you also helping others understand the cloud sort of
So
things more?
previously in my role I was helping others, but now my role has changed, which is from more of the product engineer to product manager. So now I'm more managing those projects and understanding the implications of what's happening and what's the timeline. So it helps me uh, communicate better on the timeline front, and why it is taking that time and why it is important to do that. Because sometimes when you have some technical things going on, you cannot explain everything to business on those technical terms. So you need to change those technical terms into business terms, and then convey the message. So I am kind of bridging that gap in between technology and the business by understanding that.
And uh, and what so you say you moved from more from like an engineering role into product management,
That's correct. That's
right?
correct.
So what made you kind of want to do that?
So that's an interesting story. So I was back in India when I was doing that, and I was very comfortable there, living a good life, having a comfortable job. Everything was good. I was enjoying the time. but then it became stagnant after 3 years. Is like, what should I do now? I mean, what's ahead? What's after 5 years? I was like, okay, where would I go 5 years? And this happened in COVID when all of us had a lot of time to think,
Yeah.
I assume. And I was thinking and sitting with my elder brother and talking to him. He is in the same domain, so I was talking to him as like, what should I do next? I mean, this is what my interest is. I wanted to do more and grow more. So where the technology stack is moving, and if it moves in that direction for a betterment of my career, what should I do more to understand that? So I mean, back there in my mind, I always have a soft corner for the business side of things.
Okay.
So even if I was the product engineer, I was getting more involved into how the projects were running, how business are taking decisions, and what are those decisions that impacting our users and clients. So then I started learning more about it, and then I thought, I'm lacking a lot of information here, which until I don't learn them, I don't get to a senior position where I would take or make a greater impact. So then I researched a lot, and I had a lot of chat with my seniors as well. So and which led me to do pursue my masters. So I pursued my masters here in the UK, in from Warwick University.
Okay.
The stream which I chose was specific because I was from a technology background. I wanted to move into management. So the stream I chose was technology management. And it was and it was exactly that was quite a coincidence that it was exactly the same a course name that's called International Technology Management from Warwick University. So that's where I decided to learn more and more about the business and get a bigger picture of how this has been done. I then shifted here to pursue my masters, learned a lot of things in my masters. How do we take decisions? What factors impact them? And things like that. So, and then here I landed up in my next job.
Fantastic. So maybe on that sort of thought process, but or related to it, if you were starting your career again tomorrow, right, knowing what you know now with the experience you have, and maybe also know with yeah the transitions you've seen, right, from on-prem to
Mm-hmm.
cloud, what is the one thing you would do differently, or the one thing you would tell the younger Prakash?
Maybe I think from my experience, I would say I would not have waited a lot for things to move for me. Instead, I would move things for myself. So for sometimes for the opportunities to come to me, I waited, I think, longer than required. It's like, okay, I'll be given this one, and then I learn that one, that the thing. But I think I wasted time there, and instead of and maybe I was a naive and didn't know much of things.
Yeah.
But for the younger Prakash, I would say whatever comes in your mind, go for it. Don't wait for it.
Don't wait. Yeah,
Yeah, don't wait.
seems like sound advice. And if the younger Prakash would have done that, what would he? Where would he be right now?
Uh, so in terms of where I would find myself,
Yeah, yeah,
I have a lot of different, maybe some, I mean, aspirations. So if I be here in the technology world, maybe I want to uh, lead a product which is impacting customers directly or indirectly and have a great value on that. So which would give me two things. Basically, it will have, first, I understand what's happening in the market and I understand technology which is helping others, and second, it will give me a satisfaction that the work which I'm doing will help millions of others in out there. So that is kind of a more of a impact on me, and I would like myself to see somewhere owning a product or a product portfolio which is impacting users.
fair enough. Sound very admirable, especially the impacting people. So I mean, when you say impact, what do you mean by that?
So impact, I mean a positive impact or a value in their life. So for example, today we use a lot of apps which solves our problem, right? If you want to take a cab, you can directly book it on your fingertips. So tomorrow I want to do something, or I want to own some kind of product, something like that, where I am solving people's problem, and and I'm saving time for them, or time or money or whatever. I'm easing the process in their life.
Mhm.
So that would be my main goal tomorrow.
To
Be it on a smaller picture or a bigger picture. I obviously, I'll start small. I'll My work now may be impacting hundreds or thousands of users, but I would like to see myself impacting 100 thousands of users, or million.
and I can understand that. Of course, that's very admirable. And is that sort of the desire to impact others? Where is that coming from for you?
So the desire to impact others,
Just because
it
not everybody is like that, right? Just to be clear. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's collective. I have seen from my childhood as well, how my parents or everyone has helped each other to, in the community, to be together, and say, I mean, make their life easier. So, and I think I have learned a lot seeing that. So back there in my mind, whatever things I do, it is there in my mind that I'm doing something good for someone. So I think I have learned that thing from my parents.
yeah, fair enough. And again, having good role models is
Of
very
course,
important.
of
Yeah.
course, yes.
Um, and so maybe finally, what does the next chapter of your career look like? You know, what's on the horizon? Because you talked about before about not waiting too long, right? Uh,
Yeah,
so and I'm not saying that yeah to force anything, but it just you know when you think out loud,
yeah.
what does the next chapter of your career look like?
So for my thing personally, I would more, considering the market here in the AI, how it is evolving, and the world is changing, and people are getting used to of that, adapting those processes. So I would more focus on those things, learning those AI tools which would help me accelerate my job, or accelerate my task in a day in a faster way, such that I could increase my productivity. So let's say, if I'm doing a job in 10 days, I would learn AI to use that, and do that job in 1 day. So this will make a greater impact, like uh, consider an impact I would have created in 100 days, the same impact I would create in 10 days, and
Mm.
maybe then again another 10 days, and then, so it will accelerate my thing. So I would focus more on learning new AI technologies which is coming there on the market. I know people are saying, the AI bubble, and it would burst, and this and that, so it's taking jobs and whatnot. But I'm sure people will understand why it is coming here, and why they would use that, because it is making life easier. Of course, it is automating a lot of jobs, so people have to adapt and learn new jobs, such that they would be adapted with the new requirements.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you can do you know in your role things instead of 10 days in 1 day, it just means you can do more things,
Of course,
right?
and not only in my role. Like let's say, I think it is interconnected as well. So consider a generic scenario, that there is a business requirement, and came to me, and then I had a chat with engineering team, and they were like, okay, we can, initially, traditionally, we can do that in, I don't know, 1 month or 3 months.
Hmm.
Now, if AI is there, I would not see as a danger or something which would replace my developers, but I would rather see that it would increase the productivity. So the same requirement from the business, it comes to me, and me, along with my engineering team, with help of them, I would be able to deliver that in 10 days. So I
Yeah,
save 20 days of time there. So maybe in that 20 days, I can take another business requirement, and things like
exactly.
this. Business would move faster with this.
And to go back to the question, because the answer you gave is more around your own skill development, I guess,
Yeah.
and learning about AI. But I mean, how does that enable the next step of your career?
So the next step of my career, as I said, is, and I'll come to the enablement part after this. The next step, which I am thinking, is to handle. a bigger portfolio or a product portfolio. And I think when I have this AI infrastructure or AI knowledge with me, I would be able to handle those portfolios in a better way, single handedly, or not even single handedly, but that will help me manage my products better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Now, appreciate you being on podcast, Prakash, today. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you? LinkedIn,
Uh,
probably?
yeah, LinkedIn would be the best way for people to get in touch with me. I'm happy to connect, share thoughts. I don't know if I can help with a lot, but I'm anytime happy to connect and share the thoughts.
Fantastic. Well, I recommend people checking you out, right, and
Yeah.
LinkedIn. I really appreciate you being on the call. Thank you so much. And as a reminder to everyone listening, this show is sponsored by the Consulting Launch Methods, where I help experienced tech professionals build their own consulting business alongside a day job. We've helped clients go from first idea to initial customer in 90 days and six figures within a year. To learn more, connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. Until the next episode, thank you, Prakash.
Thanks, Vincent.